Adam73 here, and welcome back to Star Wars Build the Millennium Falcon. This time we are going to be doing issue 64. There's not really too much in here. There's an extra hull plate, which is going to go right down here. And then we're finally going to be able to connect the framework around. We won't have all the pieces, at least not until next month, which is still 2 weeks away. Actually more, well, no, today's the 14th, so how many days are in May? I think there's 31, so a little bit more than half a month away. I've actually kind of done these episodes really quickly. As always, we have the little piece of paper, which I'm going to toss. A couple pieces of framework that's going to finish this off. This piece, which is going to bring the framework around here. Really excited for that. And then we've got this hull piece, which is going to fit under here, or, well, under there. So we'll set that aside for right now. We won't need that. We've got some screws for the radial rib. There's also some short screws. Those are probably to screw the other inset, or the hull recess that we're going to get. I guess that's going to be... I don't know if it's the next episode, but it's pretty soon. Another thing I want to point out is I'm actually trying to film this. Well, I am filming in 4K, so I'm going to try. I don't know if my version of iMovie supports 4K video, but hopefully it does. So hopefully you're enjoying this in full 4K resolution. For issue 64, we've got the Cygnus Spaceworks Eta-class shuttle. I don't know if this is from Rebels or Clone Wars. It says Clone Wars, so maybe it was from Clone Wars. I guess it probably is, since it's got Obi-Wan in it. So we've got that. We've got Visiting Malastare. This big monster. That dude. Is that Sebulba? Communications devices. I wish we had these in real life. Not that they looked like that, but just that we could communicate over light years like that. So here we've got our next parts. It's going to talk about putting in, installing all the pieces. Now, I'm going to kind of back up a little bit and actually look for these. These are the frames from the last issue. So I'm going to get these guys out. And just making sure you guys can see everything all right. Set this back there. That is garbage. And it looks like we have... Looks like we have a part of a radial rib, or radial stiffener. Now it does have holes in it, so I'm assuming it does have a couple holes in it, so I'm assuming that we're going to be connecting it into one of those 4-hole connectors. Well, these guys here. Okay, so I'm going to start out first by installing this piece up under there. Under where? Under there. And, oh, also, somebody asked in the last episode if my super glue lid was still super glued. I don't know if you can see it over there. I don't know if it's in the frame, but yes, it is still super glued. I do have some of the Zap Z7 debonder. It says aids in removing cured super glue from skin and work surfaces. May craze some plastics. Crazy! Alright, so I want to give that a try. Hopefully it works. I don't want my plastic to get too crazy though. So, whatever the heck that means. So I've got some black screws here. I think some fell out in here. Yeah, there's one. There's another. And I've got a whole pouch of black screws down in there as well. Again, I just want to test fit this screw so I can make sure. Actually, these actually look like they're cut pretty well. Yeah, okay. So first, I guess I'll just pop a screw in there. Or maybe I won't. Okay. Oh shoot, I forgot to put Loctite on there. Whoops. I'm actually running low on Loctite. I've had this tube of Loctite for probably 7 or 8 years, maybe longer. And typically when I run out of it, it was because somebody tipped it over, not me. But I used to use it at work, and somebody would always, get it out of my toolbox and use it, and then they would forget to, close it up properly. What in the world? No. I just screwed you in, buddy. There we go. And so, people, and Loctite's really weird. If you leave it laying down, it will actually seep out of the threads of the plastic cap. Always has done that. So typically, if you leave it in a toolbox, you should always leave it with the tip pointing upward. And but some people just don't know, or they don't understand. I don't know what the deal is. All right, I'm just going to take this screw out because I want to get the Loctite in there. Never really noticed that those were so loose, but there's a first time for everything, right? Okay. Next up is going to be this guy. Come on now. See, now I had several problems like this with some of the other plates that were lost in the iPhone 6 incident, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so that's going in just perfectly. Okay, that is going in just fine. So I want to go in when I have it over here. Let's try it back here. Okay, that wasn't a problem. Try this again. There. All right, finally we've got this piece. Oh, and then I also have to set this piece in there too. Really should have done this earlier. Oh, come on, just get in there. Okay. Yay! So I've been starting to see screenshots. You know, people have been taking screen grabs of their, I guess, the digital download editions for the magazine for like the upcoming issues, and I think I've seen up to issue like 72 or 73, maybe. I think it's 72. Where we're starting to get into the mandibles, and thankfully the mandibles are going to be metal framing. I did predict that. I thought it would be stupid for them not to. So that was good news. And I guess we won't actually get into that until July. Or possibly late June. Kind of depends on how my subscription comes. I can't remember exactly when this month came. Okay. Okay, so basically these two pieces would have been installed in the last issue, and then we would have put the plate together, installed this part. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, next is this. Okay. So basically by including the radio rib in two separate issues, they guarantee that the next issue is going to be a gigantic pain in the butt to get the last one in there. I don't think it'll be too bad, actually. At least it better not be. Or I'm going to have a talk with Mr. DeAgostini. All right. That was easy. Next, we position this right here. Uh-oh. Kind of. And I guess we screw those in. Okay. Oh, come on. Come on. There we go. Awesome. All right. So now we've got to pop this together. So we've got two hole connectors somewhere. Oh, they're in this packet with the little metal machine screws that we're going to use for something. I don't know. We'll use those next month. When we come back in a couple weeks, you'll still see all the screws laid out in the same position. It's like I don't touch this area in between episodes. Sometimes I'll clean a few spots up, but typically I do not. All right. Let's get one more drop of Loctite. I think we're only doing 4 screws and then we're done. Okay, which one does it say to put in first? It does say to install the inner one first. So again, just dipping the threads in my Loctite here. I don't think this screwdriver is magnetic enough. I gotta get out my motor casing, wherever it is. I had it around here before. Actually, I might have put it back in the toolbox. Anyway, not that big of a deal. All right, those 2 are easy. Next up are these. And then that's going to be it. Well, not totally it. All right, one more. So this is TG01. This is like one of the first pieces that we ever got. I don't know if that's the one that came with the first issue or what, but you know, 64 issues later and everything still lines up. Now with these guys, I don't think I didn't put any Loctite in any of these. So I'm probably going to have to go back, unscrew all these screws, and put them back in with Loctite, because I don't want to. I don't want to be in my 90s and have to, like, you know, screw these back in, take it all apart, put it back together again. All right, well, that's pretty good. So we'll have 2 more framework pieces that we'll get in the next issue. You'll see those there and there. We'll also have the radial rib, and then we'll have that last piece of plating that's going to fit right there. And then we go into getting the other plates, which will probably come in the subsequent issues. And I think we kind of have to put them all together except for like one. I think there's like 3 along the bottom. I think there's like one. Let's see where it's gonna line up, like right here. So there's like one here, one here, one here, and then one here, and then there's like a 5th one that gets installed in the issue after that, I guess. All right. Well, let's flip. Actually, I don't want to flip anything yet. we're going to grab this guy and pop him in place. And I think it's in 2 issues. We're actually going to be screwing all of this down. What I'm actually going to be doing is I'm going to screw some of it down ahead of time, which I'm actually going to be doing some of that right now. But I don't want it to be like, what was it, issue 46 or something, where I literally spent like 2 hours. My hand felt like it was going to fall off. And I don't want to repeat that again. So I am going to tighten some of these down fully ahead of time. This thread does not seem like it's the right thread for this. Okay. Oh, great. There. Okay. So by the time we get to July, we should pretty much have the upper hull, or I'm sorry, the upper hull finished. And then I think in like starting in issue 71 or something like that is when we start getting into the mandibles, I want to say. The radar dish is coming up pretty soon. I saw it, so that's pretty cool. Okay. And let's do this one here. All right. Well, that's really about it. Now I am going to go, I'll do this off screen or off camera, but I'm going to go back through. I can even see this one right here is like super loose. Actually, all these are like super loose. So I will go back, because it's literally been almost a year since I, did the assembly on this. And so we'll have to come back, Loctite all these in. Pretty much everything. No, it does have Loctite. That one does not. That one might. So some of these obviously have Loctite, some do not. We'll have to kind of figure out which ones do and which ones don't, and then make sure that those get Loctited. But let's go ahead and flip it over really quick. We can take a look and see now that we've got the full framework together. I do want to be careful. You can see that this is not aligning. That could be a problem once we get all this together. But we'll flip this around, and you can see. Make sure. Okay, sorry, just looking through the camera. So yeah, we'll have another recess like here. It's going to be right in here, and then we're going to have another plate similar to this one. It's going to be right on top of here, and then all the the engine covers with the 6 holes are going to be right here, and all that's coming. Pretty sure that'll pretty much be next month. Possibly the last piece might not come until July. I can't really remember. This is issue 64. Yes, we'll get 5, 6, 67, and 68. And again, the next issue, 65, is going to be this stuff. The last 2 framework pieces, and then this piece. 65, okay, and then 66. I I think 66 is actually assembling the hull detail here. Or no, 66 might be screwing everything in. I can't remember. I'm just going off my memory here. And then maybe issue 67 is doing the recess, and then issue 68 might be actually assembling like 4 out of the 5, and then I think in 69, which we won't get until either end of June or early July, will be that last piece, and then we'll get the. Let me flip this around. And then we'll be getting, there's actually metal pieces that are going to be fitting down in here. I don't know if they're magnetic, but they are going to be magnetizing the top part. So it's going to be it's going to be similar to this piece right here. Excuse me, but it's going to be magnetic. And I should have taken that down now. Brr. All right, but it's going to be magnetic. So all of these big kind of holes that you guys have seen, there's some type of metal things that we glue in there. Again, I'm not sure if they're magnetic or not. I've just read through the builds for them from DeAgostini's forum. And then we'll also have another piece that's going to fit kind of across the top and then down here, which will actually screw onto the bottom of this. So we'll just be able to grab this, kind of lift up on it, and then pull that off to see the interior. So, and then I guess we get, we'll probably get the radar dish and then start on the mandibles. And I don't know if we're going to get the top ones or the bottom ones, but that stuff's coming pretty soon. So, getting really super excited for that. But that's pretty much it for this issue, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me again. I really appreciate it. And as always, please don't forget to hit that like button. It helps me out tremendously. Please share, please comment, and please subscribe if you haven't done so. I am BradM73. This has been Star Wars Build the Millennium Falcon, issue 64. We'll see you next time, guys. Bye for now.